Welcome all my dear friends to your own YouTube channel, and you are watching Amit Ambust. Friends, this is my third appearance on the YouTube, and in the previous two occasions I have uploaded a video on Panchayati Raj institutions, and the second video was on some questions related to it. I have already given the link of those two videos in the description box, which you can go later on and then check it out. Friends, today we'll discuss the president who comes under the Union Executive. So let's get started. Friends, see, President, Union Executive, what it means. First of all, primarily we get to know about the Union Executive. The Union Executive consists of 5 constitutional body or the post, you can say. The first one is the President, the second one is the Vice President, the third one is the Prime Minister, the fourth one is the Council of Ministers, and the fifth one is Attorney General of India. Somewhere you might have heard about the Comptroller and Auditor General, that is known as CAG, but that don't comes under this Union Executive. CAG is already an independent body, which is mentioned in Article 148 to 151 in the Part 5 of our Indian Constitution. So whenever we talk about the Union Executive, your mind must be very much clear that Union Executive comprises President, the Vice President, the Prime Minister, the Council of Ministers, and the Attorney General of India. Attorney General of India is written in the Article 76 of our Indian Constitution. Okay, fonts are little smaller, so yes, it's fine. Friends, before going to the president, what our objectives will be, let me explain to you. From the today's class, you will be able to know about who is president, what is the election procedure of the president, what is the electoral college, what is the qualification, what are the oaths, what are the powers, different powers of the president, that may be judicial power, the legislative power, the diplomatic power, the financial power, the pardoning power, this and so on. You will also get to know how the president can be removed from the office. If there is any provision, then we'll discuss those things. So today starts the president. Friends, see, how is president elected? Our first topic includes the election of the president. So the president, how president is elected? Through the electoral college that consists of elected members of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Friends, see, our president is not elected directly by the people. Okay. Our president is not elected directly by the people, rather there is indirect election. Indirect election. It has a separate electoral college. And who consists of the electoral college? That means who are the members who are eligible, or you can say that who have been given the rights to participate in the election of the president. So the elected members of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Okay, is it clear? Yes. Elected members of state legislature. State legislature, that means our state assemblies. Elected member of legislative assemblies of Union Territory of Delhi and Pondicherry. See, I'll explain you in a pictorial form. See, here you can see union come to state. Union, there are 2 houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Okay. In Lok Sabha, the total number of present members is 545. Out of these 545, 543 members are elected. And 2 members are nominated. Okay. Rajya Sabha, you know, it is 250. 238 are elected and 12 are nominated. And when there is state legislature, there is MLAs and MLCs. Okay. So what is written here? The elected member of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha are eligible for the voting. So they will vote and they will vote. They don't have any role in the election of the president. Again, MLC don't have the role. only MLA have the role to participate, MLAs. So what I am trying to figure out, that when you see the elected numbers of Lok Sabha, Raj Sabha, elected member of state legislature, then what it actually means? It actually means that only elected members, that means in Lok Sabha 543 are elected, then they will vote. In Raj Sabha 238 are elected, then they will vote. Nominated members of either of the houses are not eligible for voting. Likewise, the MLCs, Vidhan Parishad, they are also not entitled for vote, and this again the nominated member, one Anglo-Indian, he is also not eligible for voting. The third point was the elected member of Legislative Assembly of Union Territory and Pondicherry. Okay, see friends, by the 70th Amendment Act, it will be good to say Constitutional Amendment Act of 1992 has empowered the legislative assemblies of Union Territory of Delhi and the Pondicherry to participate in the election of the president. I think this must be clear to you all. Now there is a question that who don't take part in the election? If they are participating in the election, then there might be some people who are not eligible for the voting, or they do not take a participation in this electoral college. The nominated members of both the houses of parliament, as I have already discussed and explained, this nominated, they are not entitled. Again, they are not entitled. Nominated member of state legislative assembly. Again, I was talking about one Anglo-Indian, he is also not eligible. The elected member and the nominated member of state legislative council. Elected member and this is actually nominated member. That means MLC don't have to do anything in the electoral college of the president. He remains out of it. Okay. See, come to the second one. We'll discuss this impeachment. First, we go to the qualification, oath and the condition. What are the qualifications to be a president of India, friends? These are very much simple, and you might be learning it from the class 5 or 6. It may be. The first condition is a citizen of India. He should be 35 years of age, should be qualified for election as a member of the Lok Sabha. That means he must have all the qualification required as a member of the Lok Sabha. He should not hold any office of profit under the union or state government. Okay, friends. See, this hold any office of profit. There is no mentioning of office of profit or in our Indian constitution, but Supreme Court and High Court in their different judgments provide a little interpretation of this office of profit under the union of state government. When it comes to the election of the president, he should deposit 15,000 rupees as a cash deposit in the RBI to secure a minimum vote in this electoral college. If he fails to do that, his amount is forfeited. Okay. He should be proposed by at least 50 members and supported by other people. This is very much clear. It is proposed by 50 members. That means if any presidential candidates is electing his election, then 50 members should propose their name as a first preference, and other 50 must support them as a seconders. So these 50 are the direct proposers and other 50 are the supporters, or you can say the seconders. Right now the salary of president is rupees 5 lakh and the oath is given by the Chief Justice of India. Okay, the oath is given by the Chief Justice of India. Now friends, see, we have studied about the election qualification, oath and condition. There is one more context, and that is very much important, that how the president is impeached, that is how he is removed from the office. So friends, there is a clear mentioning of the impeachment of the president under Article 61 of our Indian Constitution. It says that for a valid violation of Constitution, the president can be removed under Article 61. So let's get started with this impeachment process. Let's understand it one by one. See, it can be initiated in either house of the parliament. Okay, either house of the parliament means this is parliament. Okay, one more thing, you might know what is parliament. So parliament consists Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha plus president. In some of the exams, I have seen such small questions also come, but it's a little bit tricky, but yet it's easy. Parliament consists Lok Sabha, Raj Sabha and President. So now come back to this impeachment process. Impeachment, it is provision under Article 61 of our Indian Constitution. First point, it can be initiated in either house of the Parliament. That means Parliament, if we talk about Parliament, Lok Sabha and Raj Sabha, there are two houses, the upper house and the lower house. This impeachment can be started or initiated either of the house, either Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. It is not mandatory to pass such bill, or it is not mandatory to pass such process from Lok Sabha only or Rajya Sabha only. Anyone can initiate the process of impeachment. Now see, before the impeachment process, originating house must serve a notice of 14 days to the president by approving 1/4 of the total strength of the house. That means, suppose if the impeachment process started from the Lok Sabha, then what are the prerequisites or what are the conditions that the impeachment process further goes ahead? See, a 14 days notice will be given to the president, okay, by approval of 1/4 of the strength of, it is either house, but while explaining, I have considered that Lok Sabha has started the process. So that means 1/4 strength of the Lok Sabha will pass impeachment process, will start an impeachment process while giving 14 days notice to the president. Okay, and after the lapse of 14 days, 14 days is lapsed, and after the lapse of 14 days, if this originating house, it is also known as originating house, passes this process by 2/3 of its majority, 2/3 of its majority, okay, then this impeachment process, moves to the second house, which in this case will be Rajya Sabha. As I've said that it started in Lok Sabha. So after the lapse of 14 days, it has moved to Rajya Sabha. In the second house, it is also this second house gives a proper opportunity. This house gives a proper opportunity to the president. Second house is also known as the investigating house, because here the president himself or either by his representative answered the questions. Again, from the second house also, if it passes by 2/3 of its majority, then the president on that particular day is regarded free and considered to be impeached. So let's see what's written here. It can be initiated in either house of the parliament. Before the impeachment process, originating house must serve a notice of 14 days to the president by approving 1/4 of the total strength of the originating house. It should be very much clear. After the lapse of 14 days of the originating house, it by 2/3 of its strength, the proposal moves to the second house, which acts as the investigating house. If second house also passes this proposal with 2/3 of the majority, then the president from that day is regarded impeached, that is free. Now, one more thing that is very much important, you might have seen in the election procedure of the president that the nominated members were not eligible for giving their vote for the presidential election. But in the impeachment process, the nominated members of either house of the parliament, that is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, can participate in this process, in this impeachment process. So it's a very good question that can be framed in your examinations, that who are not responsible or who are not eligible in the impeachment process of the president. So your answer will be the nominated members of either houses of the parliament can participate, but the elected member of state assembly in the union territory of Delhi and Pondicherry do not participate in the impeachment process. That means the nominated member of both the houses of the parliament cannot vote in the election procedure, but can vote in the impeachment process. I think this must be very much clear to all of you. So let's erase all the things. Yes. See, now powers of the president. See friends, since president is already at the top of the constitution, so he enjoys several powers which is associated to him. Some of the powers are the executive power, the legislative power, the financial power, the judicial power, pardoning power also is inside the judicial power, the diplomatic power, the military power, and the emergency powers. So we'll talk about each of them one by one. This executive power comes under the purview of Article 53 of our Indian Constitution. Executive power, what it has, appointment of PM, Prime Minister, and all the other Council of Ministers, the Attorney General of India, the CAG, the Chief Election Commissioner, the other election commissioners, the Governor of States, the UPSC Chairman, and the members of the UPSC, the Finance Commission, everyone, he has got the power to appoint all these under the executive power. He can also declare any area as a scheduled area and has power with respect to the administration of scheduled area. See friends, scheduled area, Jharkhand already comes in at the Schedule 5 of our Indian Constitution. Schedule 5 of our Indian Constitution. So when we go about the schedule, when we discuss the schedule, then we will move or we will get to know some more information about the Schedule 5. So here just confine to it. Move on to the next point. He can summon or prorogue the parliament and disclose the Lok Sabhas, and he can summon or prorogue the parliament. Summon means he can call the summons, prorogue means to discontinue the parliament. Again, he can nominate 12 members to the Rajya Sabha in the field of art, literature, science, and social services. Nominate 2 members to the Lok Sabha from Anglo-Indian community. See friends, about this topic, about this point, some of you might be confused about this Anglo-Indian community, that you have heard that it has been abolished from our Indian Constitution. But see, this is 104 of our Constitutional Amendment Act. This will be effective from 2024. So till now we have this one. So till now we have this Anglo-Indian community. Okay. See, when a bill is sent to the president after passing from the parliament, what are the different things which he can do? So he can give his assent to the bills without any interference or without any questions. Withhold his assent to the bill, he can withhold the bill. Other than money bill, for reconstitution of the parliament promulgate the ordinances when the parliament is not in session. He can also pass any ordinances when the parliament is not in session. About financial power, the financial power constitutes the Finance Commission after every 5 years, and the purpose of Finance Commission is to distribute the resources between the center and the state, and it is mentioned in Article 280 of our Indian Constitution. Okay. Money bill is introduced with his prior permission in 110th article of our Indian Constitution. Now the judicial powers. See, what are the judicial power? Judicial power, friends, the appointment of judges, the chief justices, and the judges of Supreme Court and High Court comes under this power. There is one pardoning power which also comes under this judicial power. In pardoning power, he can pardon any accused from both the sentence and the quantum of the sentence. He can reduce the time period without respite power. The respite power is given on some extra humanitarian ground, like the pregnant lady or some pregnant lady, and on some other grounds. Reprieve, the punishment is delayed. Here the punishment is delayed so that the convict can appeal for this pardon or this commutation of the sentences. Diplomatic power, since he is the constitutional head, you can say ceremonial head or titular head of our country. Therefore, all the international agreement are negotiated and concluded on the name of the president. When you talk about the military powers, he is the supreme commander of our defense forces. All the air chief marshals, when you talk about the navy, when you talk about the armies, all the chiefs are appointed by the president. There is one more emergency power associated with the president, that is national emergency, president rules, and financial emergency. This emergency power, this national this national emergency is enshrined in Article 352 of our Indian Constitution. The president rule is in 356 and some in 365, and the financial emergency is in 360. We'll discuss these power when we talk about the emergency power, or when we start to give our lecture on the emergencies. Then we'll discuss this national emergency, the president rule, or the financial emergency. Friends, this was my class, or you can say, and after the completion of this class, I have already completed it, and now you will be able to do all the questions related to the president, regarding his qualification, regarding his tenure, regarding his oath process, regarding his election process, what are the electoral colleges who are eligible for their voting for the election of the president, for his removal, which of them are not, who are not responsible, who are not eligible for the impeachment process. Everything you will be able to give all the answers. So, and then in my next class, I will give some questions related to the president, so that you will evaluate yourself, and will become some and will gain some more confidence for solving these questions. Okay. Apologize for my late appearance in YouTube, since my schedule is also very busy, so that's why it get very less time to come in front of you. So I'll try to be regularized in the YouTube, so that more and more video can be given to you, and you can gain more and more profit out of it. So friends, if you would have liked my video, then keep sharing the content and keep sharing the channel, so that it can be reached to some other needy students also. So till then, have a nice day. Thank you.